How's it going, guys? Andrew here.
And Caleb.
Welcome back to another LCR podcast.
Is that what this is called? I had no idea.
You didn't? I mean, for our avid fans on the second podcast, Caleb
Avid. Do you know what avid sounds like? Avatar. What did we see today?
No, hold on. Don't you try to...
Segue my way into the topic.
When we first did Creed 2, we didn't have a name for the podcast yet. Week 2, we did. And then Caleb was going to name...
Are you about to go into this? Is that where you're going?
Caleb was going to name drop it, and I'm like, this is LCR, and Caleb's like, lights, camera, action. And I don't know if I noticed or not.
Oh, you didn't. You didn't say shit.
I mean, I should have, but just a little
You're just as guilty as me. You didn't call me out.
Oh, no, you can't. This isn't a team effort. Pointing you out solely.
So now everyone's going to go back to episode 2 and it's like, oh yeah, he did say that. Dude, what if this is one of those Mandela effects and I actually didn't? They were just like, whoa.
My mind is blown. But anyways.
We saw a movie by the guy that did the Avatar?
Okay.
The Titanic? The
Terminators.
Yes.
And then we saw a movie also by a guy who did the Spy Kids, who did the Desperado, who did the Sin City.
Sin City, yeah, that was the other one.
Robert Rodriguez.
You want to try that again?
Robert Rodriguez, thank you. Mm-hmm. And Jim Cameron, as some people like to call him.
Or apparently just one person.
Yeah, one person likes to call him James Cameron.
Alita Battle Angel.
Yes. Could have just been called Alita, but...
It's fine, because now the sequel can be called Alita something else.
If there's a sequel. We'll talk about that.
Spoiler, there's going to be a sequel.
I mean, hopefully, if there is, because it led off at a good part.
I will give props. Let's just jump to the very end. The way that they ended the movie was a great cliffhanger. And dude, it was like, there's a standoff and you're like, oh!
I will say, I felt it.
Oh, you're going to get it. You're going to get it, buddy.
I felt it, but...
What was that noise I just made?
A little history before we dive into this.
And no end credit scene.
No, we didn't. Oh, there was an end credit scene.
But that was for the fan experience.
Yeah, so we actually saw this on a Tuesday.
Of all nights.
Usually our format is that we see it on a Thursday and then we film.
When you know movies come out.
Yeah. But so it kind of felt like a special screening because like...
We felt a little special,
yeah.
You know. We're the shit. We got an early screening.
Yeah, we're doing stuff.
No, a lot of people got to do this.
Yeah, there was a good turnout. I'd say like definitely like over 70.
Yeah, the majority of the middle seats were all taken up.
Yeah,
of all rows.
Yeah, nobody was on the outskirts.
It was like a funnel, like a triangle, basically.
And that's usually how you want to watch a movie. You want to be in the middle.
I guess we should just talk about the end and then what happened at the beginning, real quick. There was a nice little interview. That was like 30 minutes long, like a group interview between Rosa, was it Vasquez?
Oh, yeah.
Rosa something, the girl that plays Alita, Robert Rodriguez, John something, one of the producers, James Cameron.
It John Favreau, but I know it's not his name.
There was an F in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz and Jennifer Connelly?
Yep.
Is that her name?
Yep, that's her name. And
what does...
She was just kind of... She didn't need to be there. I'm sorry.
Well, her first question was like... Made sense, but what does motorball mean to you, Andrew?
That was bad. And she was like, it's exhilarating
to the character that has the least amount of
and
fast pace,
spontaneous, and yeah.
She took it like a champ.
I feel like there was a point where she like probably looked off camera to like her like business manager and is like, I'm firing you after this.
He's holding up cards, vicious, fast paced.
Just like, and like quickly writing them and then pulling it back up. And
that's funny.
I wish Robert Rodriguez got a little more shine.
Yeah,
like,
it was 10 minutes before he even talked.
Yeah, he just kind of stood there and I'm just like, who's this guy? Oh, that's Robert. Why isn't he talking? He directed this movie. Like,
Robert's a buff boy.
He's buff. Like, we're going to look up a picture afterwards. Like, it's not the little scrawny dude I remember looking up when I was a kid, but...
What's the name of his company? I remember from like Spy Kids where it's like the roller coaster Dimension. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Where it's like the roller coaster, the kid on the roller coaster.
I don't think I saw it in this though. Does he have a new one?
No, I think usually it's a movie that's like he's producing.
Oh,
I assume like
directors usually do produce their own movies.
Right. I assume this was heavily James Cameron.
Yeah. And
Or else they would have said from the creators of Avatar and Spy Kids.
I feel like they would have like said Sin City, not Spy Kids. They probably would have said Sin City.
Dude, if anything, I feel like this movie is more like Spy Kids than Sin City.
Oh, it is, but like that's his movie, like the movie that's like he's probably like really proud of.
I don't know. Did he make 3 Sin Cities or did he make 3 Spy Kids
Have you
movies?
seen Sin City?
I've not.
Okay, then my case is closed because that movie's amazing.
Are you trying to tell me the Spy Kid movies aren't amazing?
I'm going to tell you that the first and third are. I'm not really a fan of the second.
I
But
thought is that the one where they go to the island?
yeah,
Dude, that one's awesome.
it's okay.
If anything, I remember the second and third one more than the first one.
The first one, yeah, the first one's like the thumb people.
Who, what, when, where, and why?
Is this just turning into like
Robert Rodriguez, the podcast.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez, the podcast.
Anyway, that was a fun interview. 30 minutes. It was fun seeing people start to get up and leave because they're like, this is
like
is
they would
long.
finish a question and then the next question they're like, okay, like they didn't say, and the last question is.
And then we got a cool little featurette, 2 to 3 minutes about the mocap suit.
And I
Motion
kind of wish I was
capture
first
for the
because that
people.
felt more high energy. It felt more like a bonus feature to like when the Blu-ray comes out.
Mm-hmm.
When the interview sounded like a thing for the fans because they were reading questions from the fans that were seeing it during the fan event.
Right.
So in a way that's
That
cool,
was
especially for those like 10 fans that got their questions answered.
But that little featurette was dope.
Yeah, it was nice.
Seeing how her emotion conveyed well to the capture. And like what James was saying, like there's just a few millimeters of error that could occur. Like that's negligible between the motion capture.
It was interesting that he like, and I liked hearing like, because probably my favorite question was when Robert Rodriguez was talking, shocker, when he was saying how he uses green screen so heavily in his movies. That's how he would make it. It would be like a one-man team kind of. And for him to completely scrap all that and learn how to make a movie completely different, I was just like, dang, that is inspiration right there, where you're getting out of your comfort zone, but you're doing it with a friend who's in that comfort zone, and you're along the way, you're just like, you're just gonna hold my hand, Jim, and
was it common knowledge that James Cameron and Rodriguez were good buds?
No, and then Gamil and James Cameron, good buds, and then like when you remember that Robert Rodriguez filmed Sin City with Quentin Tarantino, and it's like, why can't I be friends with all of them?
Are all the directors in Hollywood just like their own like Illuminati group?
Right.
And they just are all tight?
But like you said, and then Michael Bay's.
Yeah, he's in the
They're
corner.
on a treehouse, and then there's a sign that says no bays allowed, and then it just has a picture of Michael Bay's face.
And Michael Bay is just snorting coke in the backyard, shooting fireworks.
So before we dive into the movie.
Yeah, let's talk about... There always seems to be something that happens before we see a movie nowadays.
And like, okay, quick story. When Avengers Infinity War came out, we went to
Same theater.
Opening night, same theater, and the opening scene happens with Loki and Thanos and everything, and then you get the Avengers theme, and it's beautiful, okay? Our sound just cut. Like, we got it for like a second, and then it just silent, and then it showed the title, and everybody's like, what the... Like, this happened to me when I saw Jurassic World or whatever they were saying.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. And then it was still silent when, like, Pepper Potts and Tony Stark, and everybody was like, they were like, I want a refund. I'm like, okay, calm down. It's going to get fixed, or they're just going to restart the movie.
If anything, they should have restarted it.
They should have. But, like, so we lost a good, like, 45 seconds.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. 30 to 45.
Of just silence. But then the rest of the movie is perfectly fine. We go to see this movie. And Caleb and I have been noticing like the last like 2 weeks that whenever we say something
bad
happens revolving around what we just said. And I sit down and I tell him, I was like, remember like when we saw Avengers and it crapped out?
You motherfucker.
And then we're getting ready to watch this movie and the trailer started and like the dude like is like, look at all the exits around you and all this. And then he's like, put on your 3D glasses. And then the theater just shuts down.
Well, it then goes to like the other space thing that AMC loves doing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, imagine a world where
and then just
cuts out. And then there's this weird, like, it flashes green like every few seconds.
The whole IMAX screen, a bright lime color.
And then, it was the preview. So people were like, Okay.
Okay, nobody was
Not
really
too
mad.
concerned.
So then they reboot it. They start it again, but everybody's kind of having trust issues because
Yeah.
they just know something's not right.
It wasn't only the fact that it happened again at the same exact spot. It happened like a second later.
Yeah, like he said like 2 more words and then it cut, and we're like, oh, come
And of course, the dude in
on.
front of us was like, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, did you see like the guy kind of to your right who just kept looking up at like the,
Oh, God.
the project? I'm like, buddy, settle
He was like
down.
an older dude, and like there was
Yeah.
a moment where he like took his glasses off too, and he's like,
It's like,
"Can
I'm
I
gonna,
see it now?"
I'm gonna figure out what the problem is. And it's like,
Don't worry, everybody. I'm scanning it.
yeah, no.
And then the great hero that he was, an employee, came in and said
We're gonna
that
call
they're
him
resolving
Alex.
some issues. Alex,
Alex,
the theater
Alex,
guy.
the AMC saver.
Yeah,
There we go. Thank you, Alex.
Alex.
He boldly walked into the theater to
a
yell at
big
all of
IMAX
us.
theater.
To yell at all of us, saying that the movie there was something wrong with the projector and that it'll be fixed in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And I would have hated that job.
All right.
If you know what, they probably had like 5 straws and they're just like, who draws the shortest one has to go tell them. That wouldn't have been fun.
Go get it, Tiny Tim.
But then the movie starts and we don't get any trailers, which I don't really care about.
Oh yeah, we go right into the countdown.
Yeah.
We put our 3D glasses back on, and we're ready for the
I
ride
really
of a lifetime.
liked how it said 26th Century Fox.
Oh yeah, it did like the and it
Transition.
changed to like the post-apocalyptic look.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, this movie's far into the future. I didn't know it was that far.
See, I like when movies are that far, so that I'm just like, I'll be dead. Like,
No, we could be cyborgs by then.
maybe.
Dude, taking our mind and being put into a robot.
And then experiencing everything for the first time again.
Well, no, you'd still have your memories.
But you get them back slowly.
Well, that doesn't happen every time. That just happened to her because she's a war person. Because the dude didn't lose his memory. You go.
Okay, first off, that was stupid. We're not going to talk about that till we get to that part, but I thought that was stupid.
I didn't think it was bad.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
That was anime as fuck.
Let's talk about that when we get there.
But first thoughts of the movie.
For
Overall thoughts.
overall thoughts. Okay, I guess I need to get this off my chest.
Okay, before that, I liked it.
Okay,
I really liked it.
Caleb was gonna like it though. For me, when I saw the trailer, I was just like, meh.
Right, yeah, same thing. The first trailer was that. It was only until I saw the other one at the Aquaman one.
I just felt like this
That
movie
I
was
was
supposed
more
to come out
excited.
at Christmas. Was it not supposed to come out around Christmas time?
I think the trailer got dropped too early.
Because I feel like this trailer's been out for months. Like,
I think it came out this time last year.
yeah, like I think it was. I would like to go look on YouTube to see when the first trailer dropped.
You know what? Gonna do that right now. As you keep.
Because I just feel like I've seen the trailer so many and like they show a lot of obviously a lot of trailers show the first like 20 minutes of the movie because that's setting up the story. So like when I was watching the first 20 minutes of the movie, I was just like, oh my gosh, I've seen this a million times in the trailer. Like it's kind of boring.
Oh my god.
But the real reason why I was not excited to see this movie was just seeing
You don't like the eyes.
the eyes are kind of creepy. They were cute in the movie. They worked in the movie.
Yeah, we got
When you get
used
more
to
of her
it.
personality. But like in the trailer, you're just like, huh, why do you got big eyes? I don't like that. And
Oof. When do you think this came out? Her name's Rosa Salazar. The main actress is Rosa
Okay.
Salazar.
I want to say like April of last year.
December 8th of 2017.
No way. The first trailer
Did this-
dropped then.
Yeah. Trailer number 1, and it even said 2019. So it was they knew it was coming out after Christmas.
That is insane to drop.
And to
a
be
trailer.
fair, looking at the first shot, the CGI doesn't look that good.
I don't care.
So they cleaned it up.
They did but that's like
For anyone that doesn't know this already, this is a CGI heavy movie.
well like
So
that's
they
what
had a
said
lot of-
when they said filming. They were just like they don't know what it's gonna look like for 2 to 3 years.
Exactly.
So I mean, they must have filmed this back in like 2015.
Like your main character is
2016.
all CGI.
I think it's insane to think about filming a movie and then not being able to see the final product for like 3 or 4 years.
That's dedication and trusting that
I knew
it's gonna
that
be
I
good.
saw this trailer so long ago.
Yeah, I think that
So
was
that came out with like Star Wars.
like Solo.
No, like
Oh, like it played during Star Wars. Yeah,
yeah.
I thought you were saying the trailer for Star Wars.
No, yeah, like that's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow, it's so the
I
trailer's
just
been out
realized
for a
we
hot
didn't
minute.
get a Solo trailer until like April.
Yeah, till like a month before it came out.
um,
Jeez, that's insane. I can't.
did we just double
Yeah,
did.
I don't know. That just blew my mind. But anyways, so like I saw the trailer so many times, I was just kind of getting sick of it. It was like Overlord. I was just getting sick of that
Right.
trailer. But then it turned out to be one of my favorite movies of the year.
Right.
This probably won't be one of my favorite movies of the year.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be in your top 10.
This? No. 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 I mean, I enjoyed this movie, but it wasn't really for me. Can you reason with that?
I guess we'll get into it.
It's just, I am not that heavy into anime, into the whole manga culture, like all the Japanese like comic books and
Right.
like, writing and how they act and stuff. Like, holy shit,
But-
dude! When she cut her tear in half.
Dude, that was bad. Well, okay.
No, see, like you think it is. I thought that was like just stupid.
Let me try to call you out because you thought every over the top thing in Aquaman was awesome.
Okay.
And that's the same thing here. Every over the top thing, it's so anime, but it's also like
So you say Aquaman's anime?
no, it's over the top. Like it dove into how actiony and not serious it was. I feel like this was the same way. It was over the top, and they dove into.
I just don't
Anime
think
part of
it
it.
meshed with me then well. I guess I don't like the source material.
Mm,
And like, I mean, it's fucking Aquaman and like awesome fish powers and stuff, and he's wielding a trident, and there's this gigantic sea monster that sounds like Emma Thompson, and it's just crazy badass.
hmm
And then when I look at this, and I don't know, I just see a girl with big eyes literally beating up everybody the whole time.
Oh, you cannot tell me that any of the fight scenes in this was a disappointment.
No, they were fine. It was just the fact that like, and I know you're gonna rebuttal with the fact that like she has the mind of a warrior and this stuff that like that nobody knows how these warriors fought 300 years ago or whatever. But like, even when she got her ass beat, she still didn't lose. And like, I felt like she needed to lose once to realize that like, I don't know, like.
I mean, she lost something pretty big.
But she still won. She's like, it would have been different if like Christoph Waltz was the one to stab him in the eye with his stupid axe thing.
Uh-huh.
But it was still her that stabbed him in the eye. She still won the battle. She might have been defeated afterwards, but she still won.
She
the
didn't
battle.
win the battle. She was about to lose. She got saved. She didn't win the battle. She lost.
Well, she stabbed him in the eye.
But she still. He
But
was.
sorry, I just think that was stupid. I
Right.
think that she shouldn't have been able to get chopped up so many times and then find like the inner strength to still pull off a crazy move like that.
I mean, she's a robot, so I believe it.
I don't know. I feel like she was very Mary Sue.
But that's a very common thing to happen where if a fighter loses because they're overconfident and they're about to die and they get saved.
No, yeah, I guess.
So I think that's a good moment of growth for her.
But like, do you see it though in the movie? I just felt like she was always very cocky, but it came off in a sweet way.
Meh.
And I don't know. I guess I just don't like that. But
I'm actually making the exact opposite counter argument. I think she was a Mary Sue in the fact that she is a super soldier basically, and she's just remembering that she is, even though she has basic instinct. But I feel like she had enough development and a lot of trial and tribulation to negate it a little bit. She's not as much of a Mary Sue as Ray or what Captain Marvel looks like she's going to be. I think she just has a little bit to it, and that's where the cockiness comes from. Because she, like, I mean, that little motorball scene was like, she only got knocked down once, and then she became, like, tough again.
And yeah, that was like, and I knew that it was so like gonna happen when that guy like pushed her over. I was like, okay, so the next shot is gonna be her becoming a master at it, and it pretty much was. And like, I don't know, like I'm not bashing out the movie. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. I mean, maybe I'd watch it again if there was a sequel just to refresh my mind. But like, I don't see myself going out of my way to watch this movie again because even though it has action-packed scenes, it drags on in some scenes, in my opinion. It feels like a longer movie than what it actually is.
I don't really feel like that. If anything, like
you just said you did.
No, it was the fact that I thought I saw so much, and I looked down at my watch, and I was like, it's only been this long. Like, I felt like it was longer, but in a good way.
Oh, see, mine was more negative.
Like, when we got to the part with, like I said, where she's bringing up the other body, and I was like, this movie's, like, almost over. And I look at my watch, I'm like, oh, it's only been, like, 40 minutes.
I just felt like towards, like...
Like, if I was watching Infinity War, and we're at the part, what's a good spot? Like, when Star-Lord and Tony fight, and I'm like, this movie feels like it's almost over. And then I look at my watch, it's like, oh, we're only an hour in.
I guess it was just like the last like 20 minutes, like when it felt like the movie could have ended, but then it didn't, and I was like, oh man, like,
dude, I'm glad it didn't. I'm so glad it ended the way it did.
I'm glad it ended the way it did, but then like, okay, I guess we'll talk about this now. I didn't hate the love story as much as I thought I was going to.
Same. I thought it was gonna be really
from how like
cheesy
Stuckman said it. Stuckman said it was like the worst part of the movie. And so I was just like, of course, all love stories that are in an action movie are kind of.
And to be fair, now that I think about it, he could have been saying that, but still say it's not bad. No, it's just the lowest part of the movie.
And in some aspects, I think it's actually fine.
His character definitely got annoying at the very end.
Yeah, and they should have just let him die.
Dude, no, that shot was so cool. When, like, he was like, okay, I'll join you. And you saw the cloud and you're like, it's coming. And then the thing just popped out.
Like, it's cool.
I loved that.
I just wish it could have been a different character. Like, I just thought it was so stupid that, like, they went through this whole scene where...
I thought it was kind of cute because then it's like, oh, now they can be both cyborgs and love each other.
It's cute, but then they kill him in the next scene. Like, they just wasted, like, 5 to 7 minutes trying to kill this character, chop his head off, rebuild him just to kill him again.
Yeah, it's a cool scene.
I think if anything, they could have killed him in the sequel.
But that's the thing. It's faithful to the source material. That's probably how it is in the source.
Fair enough.
So they're not going to want to change it.
I guess like it just happened so fast in the movie. You're just kind of like, well, you kind of just took a step back to what you tried to do 10 minutes prior. Mm-hmm. And then the fact that it happened so fast, like if he like died like in the second act, but then they brought him back, so then he was a cyborg for the full third act, and then he died again, that might have been a little bit better. But like the fact that he was really
if they Black Panthered it,
in a way, but like you would have probably thought he died, because
right?
Like he was just like, the boyfriend, the love interest, and you need her to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but he also just kind of does play that pretty buff boy with the long black hair.
Oh yeah, the Taylor Lautner.
Yeah, like
effect.
He had that like one super long vein down his bicep.
Yeah.
I kept seeing. I was like just one long vein.
But like they were.
Oh gosh, when she like creeps into his bedroom and he's sleeping shirtless, and I was like, oh, of course, just who falls asleep with only their shirt off, but they keep their jeans and their belts on?
He was drunk.
So
that you. But there are much weirder things that happen when you're drunk. I think that can pass.
How drunk did he get? Because it only saw him take one sip of that shot.
I mean, I think it conveyed that he was hungover.
I don't know if he did a good job. Because
that's immediately what I thought.
I instantly forgot he got hungover. After he like stood up and put his shirt on, like he didn't act like he was hungover anymore.
Yeah, because you wake up and the shirt fixes everything, right?
No, it doesn't. Trust me, I work at Taco Mac and people drink all the time and it does not fix them. So,
Well, I mean, he's not drunk anymore. He's just hungover.
still, I feel sick when I get hungover. So,
Yeah, that's because we never drink.
neither does he.
These are different. You don't know. You don't know him.
He said the only time that he ends up drinking is when it's with whatever his name was, Mahershala Ali.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
That's what he said in the movie. He said he only ends up drinking when I'm hanging out with whatever Mahershala Ali's name was. That's what he said.
Oh, okay. I was like, what character was named Marshall?
No, I don't.
You were
What was his
saying-
name?
Vector.
Vector. Okay.
Or Vec, something like that.
I
I mean, he's giving him parts all the time. Maybe they're bros.
It didn't seem like it once he revealed what happens to the people that he gives to.
Well, yeah, that was like the turning point. He was like, "Oh, I'm making bad guys." I assume he didn't know the whole time.
No, but like the whole fact that like, okay, so it happened so fast, and it was like, and that there's so many names. When
There's just a lot. There's a lot of people to develop.
when Mahershala Ali opens up that case with like the brain and eyes, that's Jennifer Connelly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that just happened so fast. Like he's like, look what happened to her. All right, I'm closing it. Never mind, forget about that. I was like, whoa, that you just
It's like, but we're not going to talk about that
you
anymore?
just offed her off, and I was like, wait, but like, what does he do with that? What is?
Well, I just assumed like the sick Nova dude just takes those minds and just does whatever he wants with them.
But it was like a heart and a mind and like the eyes, and there was something else over
Yeah,
here.
like you said, he takes the best aspects of people and sends it up to
Interesting.
what was it called again?
Um,
Zalem.
Elysium.
It was not that.
I know. It's just it was
Yeah,
literally the movie Elysium.
equivalent Elysium.
Yeah.
Except they actually make it to Elysium or something. I don't know. They don't make it anywhere near Zalem, Xehanort.
I really like that movie.
Never seen it.
No, it's a good one.
No.
But
Let's a quick side note. This movie is gorgeous.
yeah, it's really pretty. I'll give it that.
And
it
the
was
world
nice knowing that it was
building
like
is great.
I could tell that all the Earth stuff was like definitely a set, so that was kind of fun seeing.
Oh yeah,
that.
right, yeah. All the indoor stuff.
They John Wick the dog
Yeah.
violently. I couldn't even imagine what that looked like.
Right? How they do that on screen?
Well, like not even like they probably didn't do anything on screen.
Oh, of course not. But like, what would it look like if they did?
Yeah,
They had
like
the audacity.
a gigantic spike going like 20 miles an hour into a tiny little shoebox dog.
Thank God it was just like it was an ugly dog.
It was an ugly
If it
dog.
was a
I didn't
puppy-
feel that bad.
If it was a golden retriever puppy,
I would have died. I probably would have melted out of my chair.
if it was baby Marley,
Oh no, I've watched her die once. Can't watch a younger version of her die.
not even off screen. Oh, and when she touches the blood and does the face
I was like,
paint.
Huh. I was like, I hope that dog didn't have any diseases. I know you're a cyborg, but it was like a runt. I love the.
Is she gonna get
the dog?
robo rabies?
The dog, bounty hunter guy.
Dude, he was cool. You knew that like when they weren't gonna join him, I was like, he's gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dog guy. He's gonna be cool.
Cool.
He's not gonna fight.
Well, there was like that quick shot of like him holding the little
Yeah.
puppy and like it was licking him or whatever.
And what was that line he said at the end? Where he's like, he's not a dog person.
Yeah, he's like, I hate people that don't like dogs or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. And I knew that scene was to play off for laughs, like when she was doing her big epic speech.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it was so cringy. I know that's what they're going for, but like,
Oh yeah, the fact
still-
like you just got your license. Don't act like you're.
Yeah, I was like, calm the
queen.
fuck down, please.
Well, like I think that was nice because like that's how a kid acts. That's how an innocent like girl would act. Like I just got my I don't know I just got my makeup. I'm
who is that
a
dude?
beauty queen now. Which one?
The guy that has a really cool robot circular.
Oh, it was like the
Who was
third
that?
bad guy with the sword.
Yeah.
He was in he did one of the transporter ones. He was in Game of Thrones for one season.
Oh, so he's
He quit Game of Thrones because he wanted to do transporter.
Deadpool.
Yeah, he's
He's the villain from Deadpool. Okay.
Ajax.
Yeah.
There
okay.
we go.
I knew because like
Francis.
him and the actor that plays the Beast in the new X-Men movies,
They do look
they
similar.
look so like, and so I was seeing that face. And
He looks like the older brother.
and I was like,
if anything.
I was like, dude, I know this actor. What has he been in? So now,
And then we got that cameo from, I don't know his name. He was Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad.
oh yeah,
He was the final champion candidate.
yeah, like just that
was
quick
cool.
shot.
I thought we were gonna get a little more of him at the end, or just somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm glad he wasn't a dick. Every cyborg in this movie was a dick to Alita.
pretty much.
I'm glad there was at least one that maybe might not be in the sequel. I don't know. Maybe she smashes his face in the sequel.
Maybe they smash.
Yep, she does need a love candidate.
Yep, she does because he's dead. What if he comes back?
Dude,
But with full revenge, he Darth Mauls it for a second time. He comes back
spider legs!
because if anything, if he falls from the rubble like that, she fell from the rubble into the garbage pits.
He doesn't fall in the rubble. He's not near the middle. He's like on the edge still.
Okay.
Like he didn't make it nearly halfway up. But like he probably just fell. And she's a robot with nanotechnology from Mars. He's just some scrap metal and a human head.
Here's my thing. Another thing I just realized.
Hear me out, doctor.
Here's the thing. They literally kill almost everybody in this movie.
What? Like,
The only people that really survive that are like characters.
I mean, technically Jennifer Connelly's still alive.
Maybe.
They're gonna find a way to put her in her cyborg. Because where are those parts going?
To him.
They never sent them.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
But
killed Vector.
But then maybe she's. I'm
Maybe she
saying
grabbed him. We don't
is
know.
that like I don't know. You had a big cast and you developed all these characters and then you just kind of killed them off.
Yeah, out of all of them, Jennifer Connelly was definitely the one that was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Her and Marisha Lee. What was his name?
Mahershala.
Mahershala. It's a difficult name. I'll get it down. Sorry, Mr. Lee.
Yeah. He died. Hugo died. Hugo's friend got fucking sliced in half.
Yeah, that just happened
That just
fast.
escalated quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice. I was like, ooh, that was nice. Like seeing
Dude, I really like how they played off with that sword too. It's like they're saying like it's sharpest to the molecular level and it just cuts through anything. And like whenever he stabs something, it's just like effortless.
Mhm.
Like when he stabbed Hugo, it's just like and like barely any noise.
a lot of
That sword
the
was
warrior hunters died.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the
Dude, fuck them.
sports.
They're only
Yeah.
they're mercenaries.
Yeah.
They only fight for money.
There's one more person. Oh, the big dude that was working for Hux.
Oh, the bad guy.
Yeah.
Dude, after he got away for a second time, was like, just kill him.
Yeah, for real. I'm just saying though,
Please.
like, it just kind of sucks because, like, I like when a movie has a menacing character. Like
Oh, and you keep building off
Thanos.
it. Yeah.
He was introduced very briefly in a few movies, but then he was in Infinity War. So then in Endgame, he's gonna be so like you already know him,
Mm-hmm.
and so like a few of the characters that you thought would continue on, I'm actually kind of shocked Kristoff survived. I thought there was easily gonna be a scene where he died.
Yeah.
And like Alita was like, "Oh no, like I'm so like sad."
Dude, when she said father, that part did kind of get to me.
I totally just forgot about the whole opening with like the fact that she thought he was like the killer, killing all the women.
Yeah.
They didn't really explain that. What they were trying to do is obviously just explain the whole bounty hunter world, but like I kind of wanted to know why they were just killing these women, right? Like why they were just randomly.
They were
killing women.
cyborgs, I believe. They were killing for parts. I think they did say something like that in the big
They were
explaining they were killing
really
for
because
parts.
like when they killed that one girl, she just looked like a human.
I mean, cyborgs look like humans. I remember there being a line about they're selling them for parts.
All those cyborgs.
Because like they just said
they
with,
looked like 80% cyborg, like 20%.
I mean, she had full clothing on. You can't tell when they have clothing on.
I don't know. Because when you saw all of the people in the mercenaries, you could tell which ones were
Yeah, because they had no
cyborg.
clothes on.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah, because when they were about to kill Alita or whatever, or something, they were going to say, like, we're going to sell you for spare parts or something. His little weapon is cool.
No.
Dark. It's just funny.
I ate so weird. So I'm eating ice.
Didn't think about that one. Dude, yeah, it just feels out of place. Because he's an old man doctor trying to be a hunter warrior.
I just feel like it didn't really make sense.
It's a rocket pickaxe.
It just seems so hard to control.
It was effective at some points.
In some points, but like, I wish there was like a little scene where he explained how to use it. Because he kind of just starts using it and it's just like, and I'm just like, how do you have control of that? Like how, I don't know, like how do you control it?
I assume you just turn it on when you're swinging and then turn it off. So
But then he never turned it off. Like he just kept like going around with it. And
maybe
like,
it was like the rollerblades where it's a remote and like there's a go mode and then there's a coast mode.
you know what? I'm just going to call out Jim Cameron right now because in the interview, he said, Robert Rodriguez said that he is a cartoonist and that Jim Cameron is an illustrator. And the fact that when he looks at something in a movie, it has to make sense for like a rocket launcher. I'm going to write to him, that pickaxe thing, did it make sense?
Well, no,
Explain
it was as far
sequel.
as how does it work?
It doesn't make sense. How does it work? Explain it in the sequel.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense? He was talking in regards to a rocket launcher and a guitar.
Still.
How do you put a rocket launcher in a guitar?
You just do.
Yeah, in a cartoon.
Yeah.
You could strap
Let's talk about
a little
the
rocket.
two guitars together in that one shot in the movie.
That's a real thing.
It was dope.
Oh, so I was like, explain that.
No, it was really cool.
Yeah, and he had two separate arms. Just
Yeah. No, but like, I don't know.
I like how she just doesn't care when she like finds the dog and just puts her burrito on the ground.
I also like the little
Like,
guy.
girl, that is past the 5-second rule.
The guy that was like just playing the violin.
Yeah.
That guy. He was nice. I kind of wish you could heard it for a second.
Dude,
That's another thing I didn't like. When Hugo gets stabbed in the arm.
Oh yeah,
and then he just climbs up here. He jumps off a roof and grabs onto a car. I'm like, buddy, you're forgetting that you got stabbed.
I mean, there's this thing called adrenaline. When you're about to die,
I still don't know. If
just to explain to everyone, Andrew just reenacted him pulling himself up. That's what that silence was.
I don't know. And the fact that like he was on the phone the entire time. When he like it cuts in, he was like, I'm almost there. I'm like, wait, you're still on the phone with her? Like, what? Oh, it was kind of morbid when they chopped his head off. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, just straight up.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Oh, when she cut his face off.
That was good.
That was really good. And then you saw like his tongue and like his teeth.
Yeah.
Hey, my face.
My face.
Dude, can we talk about the design of the Centurions?
Ooh,
those things were dope.
reminded me of RoboCop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of the way. That thing was just gonna stomp on the dog.
Seriously, they didn't give it a shit.
And neither did that dog. Why does that thing not scare you?
Right.
I think that dog wanted to die. Did you see what that dog looked like? It was an ugly dog.
It was an ugly dog. They should have gotten the Voldemort looking dog from that Snapchat story.
No.
That would have been
That's just me.
That would have been sad. Not really. I would have been like, smash it. But
I think the only big like plot hole thing I had was like, so yeah, the ending when Hugo dies. So there's this giant cable, which by the way, those cables are dope.
yeah.
And there's this giant saw blade that just goes down and stops anyone from going up it. How do you not feel the vibration of that thing coming down? I know you don't see it because it's so high and the clouds are blocking it, but that's like a ton of steel. Tons of steel just coming down. Just like, you should feel that force coming down.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's a sci-fi movie, action movie. Get over it.
Here's my thing, and you agreed with me. You get 3 quick 30-ish second flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds to a minute flashbacks
of the fall.
Of the fall of the war.
Mm-hmm.
On the moon.
That took place in the 2300s.
Yeah, on the moon, in the ship, and on the cable.
Right.
And when it came to the cable one, I like leaned over the Caleb and I was like, "Where's this movie? I want to see
Right. Where's this
war?"
And that's what I love.
And I'm getting the vibe that it's like these like cyborg creatures are all women.
Maybe it's just because they wanted the two main ones to be.
Maybe, but like I guess you really didn't see more. But yeah, just like from that vibe that it was like those two.
Is it because what's the saying? Women are from Venus, and men are from Mars. No, or is it
Jupiter to get more stupider?
something like that? But I think it's women are from Mars. I think there's a book that's called like Girls Are from Mars.
Yeah.
Some kid's book.
Yeah.
But I mean, unless they have a actual plot reason for them to be girls, I'm not gonna care. But
Nah, I'm not either.
right.
If anything, it's kind of cool. That it's just like it's like an Amazon kind of, but in the future.
Right. And that's what I love, that there's room. Like, there's so much lore we don't know about. Like, what does Nova want that led to the whole colony of Mars to wage war with Earth? Like, when they said they were from Mars, I'm like, oh my god. Two sister planets fighting each other
Here's the hard thing.
and invading. Because we always, with alien invasion movies, it's always just like extraterrestrial galaxies away, not a planet away.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, we're just two fronts.
Yeah.
And just going at it. And I assume they're humans that have built these cyborgs, or we settled on Mars and then we evolved through that. And it was kind of like an America thing where they had the revolution and became a separate entity. And so it's still a familiar war.
Would you have known this movie took place in like Central America?
Yeah, no, it made sense when they said it because we
Yeah.
had that cut with the jungle. And like, I guess it makes sense because James mentioned the space elevator.
The equator.
Right. Because the gravity's not as strong at the equator.
I guess something like that.
Oh, there's something. No. It rung a bell why it makes sense. And I feel stupid that I don't remember. But I just want to know how it's staying up. I love that line where she's like, that the Sky City is being held up by magic. He's like, even better. Engineering. I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Of course the Dr. Man would say that.
Right. Wise Dr. Man.
I liked his character. I really liked him.
I liked him a lot. He was a little frustrating at first when he was very like protective of her.
Right.
And
And
I was like, brah, stop hiding shit.
and
just
we
to
knew
make
that
the
was going
movie,
to
like,
happen.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sure that's exactly how the source material is.
yeah,
He's a cool doctor.
You want to keep the Raiders on the edge, but like they do it like 3 times before he cracks, like where he's like, no, like,
Yeah, because he broke his desk and he's like, all right, that could have been my face. That could have been my face. Yeah, and he knows like she's a super soldier human killing machine. He's like, yeah, I don't want her to become bad. I'm gonna just tell her. And he became a great father figure.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing with like him using his daughter's planned body for her and then naming her after his daughter, I was like, yeah, that's a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
You're really forced. You're not over.
Yeah, like
your
the
past.
body was fine, but when he said Alita, and then like you find out that was like
Mhm.
he just said his daughter's name, I was like, okay, I think Jennifer Connelly was right.
Yeah, when his assistant, which did she ever get a name?
No,
Did she had like 1 or 2 lines.
She was like, her name should be facial expression nurse because she just had the funniest facial expressions. But
Yeah.
they just probably didn't want to give her lines, so they were just like,
Well, she
look.
definitely had at least 1 or 2.
probably in the beginning,
Right.
But like more towards like, especially like when they were like in like the locker room, she was just standing there and she just kind
Right.
of was like pulling on the doctor or whatever, like to get him away. I was like, you're gonna say something? You're just gonna be awkward. Did you forget how to speak?
Whatever.
But
But yeah, when we had that look of her after he said the name, I was like, oh, something's going on there. God, it was I wasn't seeing the twist with him being from Solemn as well,
no,
because I never really noticed anything on his forehead.
no.
I didn't
And I
even
didn't
know that
even
was,
really know that that's what that meant.
Yeah, right.
Because Jennifer Connelly has it.
It makes sense.
And I I guess that's why she wants to go back there so bad, because she was from there.
Right.
So.
And like how they explain it in the interview that she feels like she needs to go back there to escape the grief of losing a child, but that's not going to help at all.
Oh yeah. Also, her in that lingerie.
Ooh.
That was nice. Those straps on her legs. I was like, yes. But yeah, there were some fun outfits too for just like the human people.
Oh yeah.
I kind of saw the twist with like the Hugo working for Vex.
Oh yeah.
Like, I thought that was a little predictable.
Dude, that weapon was too OP.
Seriously.
The grinder grapple, whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
God, like when we thought we were gonna get this super scene where she does the One Punch Man punch, diving through, and then
chop her up in like 8
yeah.
pieces.
See, that's what I'm saying. That was like a moment where like she's so cocky and she thinks she got it, but it's like no, she failed spectacularly.
But then she found her like inner cockiness again, and
she
like,
caught him off guard and punched his eye.
But she like was on the ground and like did like a, I don't even know. We talked about that. We're not bringing it back up. But
and then she almost got crushed to death. I thought they were about to bring him down with the dogs. I was like, is this really how he's going to go down?
Yeah, nah. The horse is not.
I was kind of hoping it was just going to end with him holding her by the hair, and then Kristoff was just going to... Could you imagine the shot with him jumping off and then turning the rocket on and just boom, right on the head?
It'd be nice. Ooh, I want to bring up...
He looked menacing in when he was just in the robe. And I was like, ooh, what's he going to look like under that?
Oh, yeah.
And then it was just like, oh, he's just a buff dude.
The fact that Hux, right? The guy on top, is his name Hux?
Oh, God, no. Nova.
When Nova could pretty much, he had eyes everywhere.
Yeah,
so
I didn't... It took me a second with that. It was like...
Like the blue eyes kind
why
of
is
thing.
he... Because did the eyes change in the robot guy?
I don't think you could tell.
Right. It was when like...
When Mahershala Ali's...
Yeah, it was like the second line he said. I was like, oh. And then when his eyes changed, like, oh, okay, that's dope.
Transfer. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool power technology thing that he had.
Right. And like, dude, I want to know more about Nova. Nova's dope.
If this movie does well, 10 years from now, we'll probably get a sequel just like Avatar. They're going to be like, oh, Alita 2 is coming out 10 years later.
No, hopefully
Nobody doesn't care.
Hopefully Robert's a little better at like being like, James, we need to do this.
We need to make this movie now.
Especially because it takes years just to do the CGI.
To think, let's say they don't even start this until like 2022. Mm-hmm.
I'm okay waiting. No, I think that after seeing how well it does, they'll plan to start it. Like pre-production will start. They shoot it.
They probably won't start shooting till probably 2022.
Dude, 3 years from now?
Maybe.
I'm saying like in a year they could start pre-production.
You think so?
Yeah.
What if they don't even have anything written yet?
That's why I'm saying. Well, written. There's already base material to pull from.
Yeah, but you still have to
adapting
write
it to screen.
It's kind of hard to keep it faithful, but then also
not going,
to make it mainstream.
Well, we're just going back, mumbling. But it's a lot faster having source material. You adapt it to a screenplay. That's going to take a little bit of time, but not as much as starting from scratch. But I'm just saying, if they start in pre-production, at least 1 or 2 years, then we'll see this movie in like 5-6 years from now. I'm okay waiting 4 to 6 years for this movie, the sequel. I'm not waiting. I mean, I say I'm not waiting, but what else am I gonna fucking do? I don't want to wait 10 years for this.
Or it's just gonna be the next Avatar joke.
See, Avatar's a joke because the first movie wasn't good.
That's true.
It's overrated. That's another podcast.
If we're talking about Nova, do we confirm? Is it Edward Norton?
I'm pretty confident. Like that was Edward Norton
because
he had that look.
You see him in the hologram in the second flashback for a brief second, but you can't really. If anything, it looks
those weird goggles.
It looks like
Martin Sheen.
Yeah, Martin Sheen from
Zaz. Is it Zaz?
Zeus.
It was Zeus?
I think so.
God, I'm looking up everything. Zaz is the Batman villain
from
I know for
Tron
sure.
Legacy, and it kind of looked like him. and then it kind of looked like him in the second shot. But then the
Right.
third final shot when he takes
It was just the fact that he had white hair, really.
yeah, when he takes the little glasses off.
Yeah, it's Zeus, but it's spelled differently.
That's still Zeus.
Yeah.
A
Z name.
It is Edward Norton. And I was like, this is what this guy's been doing because he hasn't been in a movie in like 2 years.
They kept reshooting his part and he was busy doing it.
He wanted to rewrite the script. And so that's kind of cool. Now hearing how he talks, like how they were delivering lines, it sounds like Edward Norton's voice.
Right? See, the movie's technically not out yet. Yeah, Edward Norton.
It is? Okay. So
Alita's surprise Edward Norton cameo explained.
let's talk about that ending.
Like the whole sequence.
Like, this is how...
I did like
if
the
you
transition.
want a sequel, this is how end the movie.
Well, first, before getting to that, I just loved... We didn't have the sappy, like, going back home, like, he died. No, I'm so sad. We just had this cool transition where we pan down the city, or we go to the... We went up to the Sky City and we just see time pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's cool.
Like months.
And then we scroll through the city again, and then we go to the arena, and then it's... now that Alita's been working her way up through the ranks through the past few months. And yeah, and then people have the signs out, and she's got the new
at
armor.
First they were booing her.
Yeah, just because she was...
tryouts because she was a newbie.
Mm-hmm.
But then
she makes her way out.
Her armor upgraded, looking slick.
It's so dope. I want to know what's going on with the feet.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, this is nanotech Mars technology, and she's just able to just take her foot off and put a skate on.
I heard.
If anything, shouldn't the nanotech just, like...
transform it?
Yeah. I just assume she just has, like, a boot on it. Just, like, went over. Robot stuff. I don't know. You know, I should be paying attention to this because my Warforged could do the same kind of stuff.
I like
it's
how
not nanotech, but
the sword could just attach to her arm.
Dude, the fact that, like, she had that blue aura with the sword.
Also, very quick side note, I like how they low-key mentioned that guns were outlawed.
Yeah, that was cool. Because, like, gunfights are boring.
Yeah. All right, back to the ending.
Even though the Centurions have guns, not fair.
She activates like that blue flame,
and then it goes
kind of
through it. Oh, the plasma.
Yeah, and then it reaches the top, and then you're just like, oh yeah, you're looking up there. But then
I legit thought she was like gonna throw it.
But then it cuts to him, and you're like, ooh, okay, he's looking down because like you saw like
he can look right at her.
Yeah, and then you see the glasses kind of turn off, and he takes them off, and
the music starts picking up.
Ooh, and then it cuts back to her. And it's just kind of like a
slow zoom
into her face, and then it ends, and you're like, that is a cliffhanger. Because other movies...
I don't think they'll do it, but like if AMC did like the first movie and then leads into the sequel, premiere the sequel.
Watch them back to back.
I'd be down for that.
It's perfect because...
It literally leads right into it.
That's like one thing that like... It's a benefit because... When you watch the first, like, Harry Potter, you can just watch it. It's just a movie.
Right.
It ends, and she's like, that was the movie.
Mm.
But then you get to, like, Harry Potter 5. Sorry, Harry Potter 5. At the end of Harry Potter 5. Yes, the Harry Potter 5 is Harry Potter and Voldemort and Dumbledore. They're all dueling in this big, like, where all, like, the wizards hang out.
Uh-huh.
And the
place of wizardry.
And it opens, the sixth one opens right there. Mm-hmm. Right after that battle ended. And I love that stuff. I love like kind of like Glass. I mean, there was like that 2-week interference, but like when a movie literally picks up seconds from the first
like
movie,
the Lego movie.
Yeah, kind of like that. But then like it cheated 5 years later.
Right, yeah.
But like when a movie just literally picks up right there and then it just continues the story and you're just like, and then you think like, now I could sit down.
Yeah, no Marvel movie has done that.
And just like watch a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Are you listening, James? Jim Cameron?
Jim
Giroux?
That is what I thought. Like, and that's what really makes me want a sequel.
Yeah.
Because like...
I think I don't want to spoil it, but I might just go out of the way and buy the manga.
Like, and I know that like, it like the first half of this podcast sounded like I didn't like the movie. Like, I liked the movie. Like, it's not like a bad movie.
You just think there's 10 movies you're going to like this year that's going to box it out?
Yes.
Have you seen a movie this year that you already would box it out of? The Peter Jackson movie doesn't count. That's documentary.
Oh.
Doesn't count.
That's so good, though.
Yeah, but documentaries have their own category. Fiction. Keep it fiction. I mean, Cold Pursuit, I feel like that's just a fun throwaway movie.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Glass.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's in my top 10 just because I like.
Yeah. I don't know. That
Split.
ending sucked, but no.
Honestly, I'd rather watch Alita before I watch Glass again. I'd watch Split before Alita, but
yeah,
I just love Split.
I don't know. I just feel like Alita is one of those movies that like I don't want to watch probably until like the sequel's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to watch it again and then go see the sequel. It's not like a movie.
Oh no, with this A-list, I might see it.
Yeah.
In the next week or two.
I don't know if I'll go see it again. I probably won't. But I did enjoy it. And so like when it ended, I was really pumped because I was like, that is how you end it. Like, here's a good example. God of War 2. Okay?
Yeah.
The whole game of God of War 2 is you're trying to find the Titans. You're trying to awaken the Titans to go climb Mount Olympus and kill Zeus and all the gods. And at the end of that game, you are riding...
It had that feel.
You're riding one of the Titans and you're going through Athens and destroying it. And he's like, Zeus, it's your son Kratos, and I bring the like destruction of like
this
Olympus
movie
itself.
Literally was a lower scale version of that.
And then like it just like zooms out and you see like the Titans and you see like Zeus looking, and then the third game literally picks up right there and you just kill Poseidon and like,
dude, you're gonna go to town when you get the rights to make those movies.
I need to make the God of War trilogy.
You're literally gonna do 1, 2, 3, and the second one's gonna end just like that.
Just like that, dude. I'm gonna have people lose their minds.
Or do you think you could try to force a way to force them into 2 movies? Is there enough in the first game to make 1 movie, enough in the second game to make a second, and enough in the third to make a third?
Benefit is that there are...
is there like a filler spin-off game in the middle?
There's 2 games that take place in between 1 and 2.
Is it were they on the PSP?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a game that takes place before God of War 1.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, so there's 2 games that take place... There's a PlayStation 3 game and a PSP game that take place before God of War 1. Then there's Ghost of Sparta, which is his brother's story. God of War 2, God of War 3.
Ghost of Sparta. That's
cool.
And then soft reboot, not reboot, but
yeah,
feels
so
like a reboot.
It's pretty much
God of War 4.
But that's that'd be my dream to do that. And then some way to CGI off Jason Momoa's hair because I know he's not going to cut it off. So,
what do you think Jason Momoa would look like without hair?
I wouldn't like it.
And like
I know,
beard.
It's kind of common sense, but like in an article, he said he'll never cut his hair.
Oh yeah, of course not.
Yeah, no, it took him probably a long time to get there.
What if it was for a charity? What if it was like Locks of Love and he's like, you found my weak spot. I love charities.
We're going to do that.
I love children.
We're going to do that to him. We're going to do that. When we become really good buds with him on like an April Fool's Day or something, we're going to be like, you're going to do a
we tell him
event.
that and he's like, my man.
And then just,
I hate you.
He does it himself. He just gets it just.
No, he just rips it out.
Dude, no, it'd be like that the tale of like Simon who like when he cuts his hair he loses his strength. So like if Jason Momoa cuts his hair and just like he just starts like
shrivels up.
How did we get on this topic?
It's the fact that like he's got the tan, and the fact that his head is gonna be so gray and white.
Damn. But any more thoughts about Alita?
It's beautiful, man. All the fight scenes were good. Dude, the motorball, the true motorball, was amazing. And I just love fighting in motion. Like that shot where like her face is in the ground, but the way she angled her hand into it was able to break and then throw him over. Or when she just threw the ball right at the dude's face, launched at him, and just decimated him.
There was no shaky cam for that I could be like that I recalled. So
Rodriguez knew what he was doing. Oh, that bug is gone. We found a bug on the wall and we were too lazy to kill it.
Yeah.
It's gone. We're moving out soon, so we'll give that bug some peace. I just felt like a thing on my head. I was like,
is that it?
Got reminded of it. obviously, God, this is the soonest we've recorded a podcast before it actually coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing this on Tuesday. It's going to be coming out in 6 days. God, we were talking about before. Seeing a movie on Tuesday does not feel right.
It felt we were driving home,
Premiere
and I
on
was like,
Tuesday.
I have school tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it feels like a Thursday.
Like, I should feel like I got work tomorrow. Like, I legit feel like I have to go to work tomorrow, but I don't.
Nope.
Even though I was scheduled on Wednesday, but I never work on a Wednesday, which I'm not working.
Well,
Got the day off tomorrow.
I got nothing else to say.
Yeah. Go see it.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Go see it.
I'm still going to make fun of you, James Cameron, for the whole Avatar meme, but you got a few respect points back for this movie, even though that's in huge part thanks to Robert Rodriguez.
Good job, Jim.
I'm excited for the future. Way to go, Jim.
Jimmy Jam Joom.
Anything going on in your life? We should take the segment at the end to, like, plug something.
Plug something?
That's a thing that people do.
Well, if that something is, we had a very eventful day today.
Yeah.
We're moving.
Obviously, you'll see it in the vlog first before this podcast comes out.
But yeah, we're moving.
Uh-huh.
And today we did some hunting, and I think we narrowed it down. And we like the area a lot. Nice view.
Hopefully by the time this podcast comes out, we'll get approved.
Yeah, we'll get
We
approved.
haven't applied yet, but...
And officially, so then within like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. They said we could get the keys. If we get approved in, like, the next few days, we get the keys, like, almost now.
Yeah, and then
So if we wanted to, we could move. Like now.
We could, theoretically. We could get approved, and then, like, let's say we go...
Well, that's what I love. We can do a slow move.
Yeah, like, next Tuesday, we could go pick up our key, and then we would walk into that apartment, and I could go, like, take a piss or something, because it's our apartment, like...
Broke it in.
Like, it's our apartment, and then we could just slowly, maybe if I'm going to school, just leave an hour early and just bring some boxes of something. Right. Like, just kind of clean out the closet.
Bring all the little shit.
Clean out, take my toys or my Funkos or...
Dude, it's hard to believe, like, how barren our apartment was at one point. Watching that old Game of Thrones skit, I'm like, oh my God.
I'm going to make a collage.
Of all the different changes.
Of all the different...
Dude, I wish I did that.
Starting with the neighbor, the ghost one, all the way to our very last one, and just kind of like little...
Oh, with sad music over it.
Yeah, just showing the progression of our apartment and like...
I wish I did that to just my room.
I was getting emotional like 30 minutes before this podcast, like thinking about the fact that like we're only probably going to film like 2 or 3 more skits here.
And it's not ironic. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. But the fact that you talk so much shit about this apartment. And now you're talking about how much... And like, yeah, I'm going to miss it.
It's going to be weird walking in and not seeing this ugly ass yellow tint. Like,
I hate warm colors. Warm lighting.
But yeah, so that's what's going on. Do you have anything else going on?
No, not really. That's literally the biggest thing going on in our life right now.
Yeah, it's pretty big too.
Is this move.
So, but yeah, guys, it's been real. This was a good movie. Hope you guys see it. Hope it gets some love. Hope it makes its money back because it kind of has a big budget. So
yeah, a little bit.
A little bit of $100 million.
It's a James Cameron production.
Maybe he'll just pay for it.
That's how he does it. He pays for it with his own money.
Yeah.
That dastardly
Rich
man.
Bastard. Alrighty, guys, but it's been real. Peace!
Till next time.
Bye!